Welcome back. You're in week number 3, and this week is dedicated to twisting for some spinal mobility. And it's something that we really all need because we sit for extended periods of time, either driving in the car or desk work, and our hips and our lower back, they get really super locked up. So we're going to spend some time to unravel your spine and work on your rotation. That's going to help to mobilize the muscles in your spine and your hips. So come to comfortable cross-legged position, ideally with your left foot folded in and your right foot folded over, and your knees are coming down to open your hips. So in this position, just bring yourself into your space, perhaps closing your eyes, particularly if you've had a busy day. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. And just resting the back of the palms onto the knees. Come to chin mudra, so it's your index finger and your thumb, and it seals in universal energy. So inhaling, lifting the chest. Exhaling, just being aware of how your lower back, your mid-spine, your upper neck feels. And let's take some gentle stretches to begin. So place your right hand on your left side of your ear, and then gently anchor the stretch over to release the muscles of the upper traps. These get particularly overloaded from sitting all day. Head moves to center. Place left hand on right side and gently pull across. Something that's fantastic for unloading the head carriage. Both hands onto the back of the neck, interlace them, cup onto the back of the crown of the head, and then pull the chin in towards the chest and tuck the elbows in as you're bringing your eye gaze down. Seated twisting, right hand moves to outside of left knee, and we sit really tall. Take eye gaze back. It's important to move as much through the head as we do through the rest of the spine. Bringing mobility into the upper neck, the C-spine. Gentle neck stretch, turn the head to the front and stay in the twist. Left hand moves to outside of right knee. Use the back of the arm to anchor and sit really tall. Turn your shoulder back, looking back. Stay in the twist, turn head to the front, releasing neck. So we know that we always use our Surya Namaskaras, part A and part B, something that you really should start to commit to memory. And we're going to join to the front of the mat together. And once more, I will do one round of part A with you and one round of part B. Please then pause the video after and complete 3 rounds of part A yourself and 2 rounds of part B. So equal standing, toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale to lift the arms, eyes, chest. Exhale, hands to floor, to forward fold. You lengthen half, remember hands on shins is always the place you go to lengthen your spine, or on your fingertips. Place the hands down and step back right leg, step back left leg, and either take knees, chest and chin as the accessible alternative, or your Chaturanga Dandasana, Cobra or upward facing dog, lifting the knees for power, squeeze the thighs, downward facing dog, and then there's a checkpoint of remembering where you need to be and thinking about the posture through the pose. So remember, hands spread nice and wide, grip the ground and energize through the arms. Draw the belly up and in, shoulders away from the ears and eye gaze towards the navel or the knees. Draw the kneecaps up, the thigh bones up. And remember, if you're tight in your hamstrings, lift the heels maybe, bend the knees, but focus on tipping your sit bones as high as they will go. Take 5 rounds of the closed mouth breath. And on the 5th round, you are looking forwards, you're bending your knees and you're stepping, or you're jumping between your hands. Lengthen half, exhale to fold. Then inhale to lift arms, eyes, chest, and hands to heart center. 1 round to show you for part B, you complete 2. Sweep the arms forwards to Utkatasana, fierce pose, tuck the tailbone under. Fold forwards, ribcage to thighs, head and neck relaxes. Lengthen half, look half a meter. Place the hands down, step, or you may even start to float back. Lift the belly, slow down, land in your chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, pushes you back. Turn left heel, step right foot between hands for warrior one. Inhaling, looking up to the palms, square hips, short edge of mat. Exhale, frame the foot. Remember to try not to scrape the mat as you step back, use abdominal strength. Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Turn the right heel, step the left leg forwards. Inhaling as you look up. Exhaling, hands placed, step back. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath here. So remember to always ask yourself, what am I doing in the posture? Where do I need to be? Relax the face, relax the jaw. Keep all the wonderful prana, the energy in the body as you're breathing in and out through the nose. One more breath. Bend knees, look forward, step or jump with straight legs between your hands. Lengthen half. Exhale, crown of head towards floor. Inhaling, bend your knees. Utkatasana, standing, Samastahiti. So moving into your flow for mobility. You finished into Utkatasana, and now you come to fierce pose completely. So extend the arms, remember any shoulder injuries, lower the hands, palms face up. They can always be further down as well, as away from the body. Tuck your tailbone under and sit low, but it's really not too much about depth in this posture, but it's being able to tuck the pelvis underneath you to engage the lower abdominals. Bring both thumbs to the fleshy part of your sternum, create contact. For a twisted fierce pose, your left shoulder now moves to the outside of your right knee. Look down at your knees on the floor, check that they are still level so that your hips don't twist. Let's move from our mid back. Press the hands together, and if it feels good, you turn the eye gaze. But for balance, maybe you just need to look down to the center point of your mat. Inhaling, open both forearms and go for wingspan. Extend really long in this position. So inhale and exhale in this position. 3 more breaths. Draw the belly in tight, squeeze the knees together. And then we're going to try for a transition here. Anytime you need to place the hands down, that's completely fine. But if you can, step your left leg back to a long lunge position. And now you're in revolved side angle. So we open our chest and we extend the top arm. Engage your left leg for real power in this position. Roll it back as much as you possibly can here. Breath into the body. And we lower our knee down after a little bit of leg heat and unravel the back toes. Continue to twist for 5 more breaths. Elongate on the inward breath. Exhale and revolve on the outward breath. Elongate on the inward breath from rib cage. Exhale from the shoulder. Turn back, look back on the outward breath. Bring the hands to the mat in this position. And then you're going to draw the hips back for a half hurdler stretch to begin. This is giving us a chance just to unload the hamstrings in this position. Flex the toes towards you, and rather than sitting back, always think about just trying to sit upright with the spine and bring your rib cage forwards towards your thigh. Sink the hips down in this position and lift your body upright. So now you're in a kneeling 90-90. Hands together, lift them above the heads. And if it's okay for your triceps and your shoulders, drop the fingertips down between the shoulder blades. We take 3 rounds of backward bending here. So inhale, and rather than dumping into the lower back, we're gonna think about lifting the rib cage up and pushing it forward. So lift up and move forwards. So come with me for 3 breaths. Inhale 1, exhale, push the hips. Inhale 2, exhale, push the hips. Inhale 3, exhale, push the hips. And if you like an isometric challenge, you're thinking I'm going for the foot. I'm reaching back for the foot. I'm going for the foot. Breathing in, breathing in. Foot lands after the effort, let it go. Push yourself back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts nice and high. So you're in 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee. Bring your right heel towards your left butt cheek. Square your shoulders to the floor. And now open your hip. Turn your head and see if you can look over your left shoulder and see your foot in the air. We're gonna flip our dog. Anytime that you need to stay in this position, this is completely fine. Or remember that child's pose and cat and cow stretch are also completely fine here. So from 3-legged dog, bending the knee, opening the hip, and flipping the dog. So you use momentum, you turn over, and then you lift the hips up. So we're driving the hips up, we're lifting the chest, and we're pressing out through the floor. Roll the shoulders back here in this position, and grip with all 5 fingers onto the mat. Breathing in as much as you can, breathing out as much as you can. Complete 1 more breath, and then effortlessly revolve and reflip your dog. You're going over to 3-legged dog in this position. And then you're coming to sit down. So cross the foot, bring the right knee towards the right wrist. Leg comes underneath you and come to the front. Right foot crosses over the left leg for a seated twist. Try to get your big toe onto the floor. Fold your left heel in towards your butt. And if it's more comfortable for you just to extend your leg, you completely can. Hug your right knee with your left elbow, create a seal. Sit as tall as is possible, and then look back over your right shoulder. Breathe in for 5 breaths here. Slightly restorative after the hard work. And then we're working our way back to our flow. So right hands inside the right foot, place the right foot onto the floor, step yourself back to downward facing dog position. And slowly but surely you're walking your feet to your hands to come back to fierce pose for the second side. Bend your knees lots again. Check the knees and the big toes are together. Sit the butt down. Lift the chest up really, really high. Tuck the tailbone underneath you once more. Roll the shoulders back and down. Thumbs place to the sternum, create contact. And this time bring your right shoulder to the outside of your left knee. Move the arm as far past the leg as you can. That's going to give you a stronger, more powerful rotation. Drop the butt down, keep the chest up. Check in with the knee alignment. Are they level? Are they square on the floor? Extend, maybe keep looking down. Open your arms wide. Spinal length, chest up, you're reaching up. Energy is going up. You may choose to stay in this position. Use the forearm to lever as you step your right foot back. Long lunge. You're in a revolved side angle. For power here, press into the right thigh, lift the right heel off the floor high. Anytime that you need to deload, you bring the knees to the floor, but if you can, you must. Stay in this position, 2 more breaths. Reaching back, going back, looking up. Your knee lowers down to the ground after the work, well done. And then you sit back, half hurdler left leg. Draw the toes towards you. Take a deep breath in to elongate the rib cage forwards, and then slightly round the spine, almost going nose towards knee. Sinking the hips to the floor, back hip stretching, and lifting the body up to a 90-90. Hands to heart center. Inhale to lift the arms. Exhale, fingertips slide down between the shoulder blades and we pin the elbows in close to the head to engage the lats and the triceps to stretch. 3 rounds of breath, remembering to lift rib cage and push hips forwards. Inhale 1, exhale 1. Inhale 2, exhale 2. Inhale 3, exhale 3. You might even just stay here. If you're going for the foot, you're lifting for the foot, you're going for the foot. Inhale. 1 more breath, let it go. Hands to the floor, frame the foot, left leg, 3-legged dog. It goes up high. And then you bend the left knee and you open the left hip, bringing your right heel towards your right butt cheek. And you're looking over your right shoulder to see if you can see your foot. Let's flip our dog. So over you go. Place the foot on the ground, inhaling, lifting up. So energize out through the top shoulder. Press the ground away. Reach into the top arm. And take 2 more breaths here. Keep gripping the ground. Inhale, exhale. Over you go. So leg lifts, left leg lifts off the floor. Rotate safely, place the hand. Left leg to 3-legged dog. Knee comes down. Both knees to the floor. Child's pose to recover. Breathing out. We're working our way to seated twist on this side. So left foot folds in. Facing the front of the room 1 more time. And this time your right heel folds underneath you and your left leg goes over the top. If you find that both sit bones aren't grounded on the floor, it's going to be better to extend your bottom leg and then slowly but surely work into this over time. So fold the right heel under, press the left sit bone down, press the big toe down into the floor and hug with the right arm. Lift tall. Inhale for length, always. Exhale to revolve. Inhale length, exhale to revolve, you're looking back. Inhale length, exhale to revolve. 1 more breath here. And then we find our way to the floor for completely restorative posture to finish. So roll your spine down gently onto your back. Hug your knees in towards your body. Stack them high and drop them towards me. They're together. Maybe use the hand on top of the knee. Turn the head, look away. We can take even 8 breaths here. Reward for the body. Sometimes the physical asana, the physical practice is the hard work. One more breath. Gently revolve the knees to the center. Take them towards the back. Knee stack. Eye gaze comes to the front, tuck chin into front shoulder. Maybe just turn the palm down. Anchor the shoulder to the floor. Choose to let go through face, jaw. Breath is natural. Hug your knees just to your body. Gently rock and roll, cross right leg on top. Rock 3 times, that's 1. That's 2, just to bring yourself to sit. That's 3. And week number 3 is complete. So I look forward to seeing you for your next challenge in week number 4.